Coming up, Drew's living it up with some true Hollywood legends, letting loose with Jamie Lee Curtis.
I cannot believe you just spatchcocked yourself.
Getting flirty with Michael Douglas.
You are a hot grandfather.
Going full Wildcat with Halle Berry. Full Mummy with Fraser. And downright dishy with Laura Dern.
Whoa. She is a legend, she is outspoken, she is authentic, she is real, and yet she's been in so many of our favorite films. For so many years, I worship her, I idolize her, and I want to get into her life and her body of work and her beautiful union and garner some of her darn wisdom. Without further ado, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I've been waiting a long time to be on your comfort, compassion, caring couch.
Really?
That's what this is. Don't you think it's just become this sort of center of comfort and compassion, and you lean in and people lean into you, and
that means so much.
No,
to
it's
me
what
coming
you know
from
what
you.
it is. It's what this is.
That means
and you have the
everything.
coolest dressing rooms.
Thank you.
Like AF.
Oh my God,
you know
thank you. I decorated them myself.
Okay, like seriously. The bathroom, though.
The worst.
I mean, it's
We're
like
working on
prison.
it. We actually, totally, we have a segment coming up. Will Taylor, our resident design guru, is going to make it over and show us how to make over a prison bathroom.
Okay, excellent.
On the cheap. By the way, you can ask everybody. I've said it before. I'm like, the bathroom is really depressing.
No, I'm joking. You know what?
Oh, I'm not. But that means so much to me coming from you, because I truly believe everything you say. I've never said that to another human being before, which is a lot to unpack in another situation. But
I'll give you a number.
Okay, please. Thank you. 1-800-TRUST ISSUES. I think that you have earned over the years the truth badge, you know? I've always loved the no BS truth tellers, the tough lovers, the people who give it to you straight, the people who say it like it is.
Yeah.
And
that's taken a minute.
Did it take a minute?
Of course it took a minute. Oh, I was terrified.
Were you?
I couldn't have told the truth at the beginning. It's not possible. Because the truth is scary, right? Because the truth means, I'm sure you are aware of this book, Are You Mad at Me? This whole idea of fawning.
Yes.
Right, so there's the fight, flight,
Fight,
flight, freeze. But there's a fourth F, fawning, which is sort of people-pleasing. I've done a bit of that. I did a bit of that early on in my life. And so it's taken me a long time to be able to tell the truth and sit in the truth and own it. And, it takes courage. I got sober. That helped. But, it's also just life, right? The process of life.
Did it get to a point ever where you thought nothing is worse than holding it? I will risk the truth and whatever the consequences are of it.
Well, that's what getting sober is. I think it's like the greatest act of self-love that someone can do, is to acknowledge it. And so it was so stigmatizing that it was a prison for people. And I do believe that gesture of self-love, of believing that you deserve to live, even if it means acknowledging, a dependence on something or past bad behavior that's under the lash of addiction and alcoholism, that you did certain things. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a reckoning, but it's self-love ultimately at the end of the day. And I believe that has been a great gift. You know, I also, okay, I'm being licked right now.
He's so happy because he's understanding that you accept his licking, and that's all he wants is acceptance.
I know. By the way, that's all we want. That's, by the way, just look at the internet.
Yep.
Go on social media. What do you think we're doing? What are we doing? What are all these teenagers doing? They're saying, see me, want me, like me, and it's so messed up. We're in a little trouble.
You know my daughters, Olive and Frankie, because I used to bring them to your house in Idaho as babies.
Yeah.
Babies.
Babies.
And now they're almost 12 and 13. Yeah. They're in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, well, I honestly, God bless them, God bless you, and I don't really know. Here's what I would say. Move to Denmark, because they're banning social media for people under 15.
Yes, and it should be.
Praise
it should be.
I mean, it is such a destructive force in the lives of teenagers, and it's awful. Anyway, hi, Drew.
By the way, hi.
I'm here on your compassion couch.
It's so funny because
with your papa.
I didn't know. Did your mom dissuade you from auditioning from The Exorcist?
Yes. So this, today's personality, I'm a little quiet. And by the way, I have my back to half these group of people. And I was raised better, and I apologize. And I should probably get up on the couch and turn and open up. No, I'm not. We're going to move the table. And now I'm just going to turn a little bit and open up. My apologies for having my back.
Some water. Here's some water for you.
Thank you. But I'm not leaving the dog, is what I'm saying.
And Douglas is finally feeling
I have found a place that I am very happy. This personality was my personality at, since birth. I mean, I've been this person, a little obnoxious and cute and everything. And Ray Stark, who was the producer of The Exorcist, was a very good friend of my mother's. And he called my mom and said, hey, I'm producing the movie of the book, The Exorcist. Will you let Jamie audition for it? And at the time, I was probably 12 and cute and kind of sassy. And I had some personality. And I'm sure he saw me at a party and was like, oh, she'd be funny.
And Janet Leigh's daughter.
And my mother said, no, Ray Stark. No, my mom really wanted me to have, thank God,
a childhood,
which I understand you didn't get that option.
No, I didn't.
And people didn't step in and say no. She will have a childhood. She will have protection.
Yes, exactly.
I understand. And you are here on your compassion, comfort couch, care, doing this, leaning in to people with your puppy, and you've manifested now a life of compassion, care, and leaning in, partly because you didn't get it, and you get to give it as a gift to other people. And so, I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it is what you do. It is what you do, and it's the reason why they paid for the budget for your dressing rooms, because you're going to be doing this for a long time. And by the way, how about spending 15 years doing this, listening to people, talking to people, bringing out stories?
I would love to.
Well, guess what? I think it's happening.
You think so?
Don't y'all think it's happening? I think it's happening.
I could only hope.
Well, let me just say this. I've been in show-off business for a very long time. I'm quite old. I have a feeling that's going to be the way, if that's what you want it to be. I do believe you're going to hold your chin for many, many years. And I don't mean like this.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, and name one person in this, well, half of you are 12. And if you're doing this at your age, we're in trouble. But let me just do this. How many women over the age of 40 have looked in the mirror and gone like this? Thank you. Okay.
But I've never done anything about it.
Oh, I understand. I'm just saying it is a sort of it's a thing. It's age happens, and it's
a privilege.
Oh, it's a total privilege, but it's also a thing.
I liked that you have advocated, though, for not just a natural approach, but like a be confident in who you are and where you are approach, because, and I've never talked about this before, but I had so much pressure as a kid with vanity. And you just think, well, why would a kid have an issue with vanity? Because you're just a kid. There was so much, you're not old, you're not young, you're not thin, you're not heavy, you're not blonde enough, you're not this. And a lot of that was coming from my own inner circle. And so it did such a number on me that I thought, you know what? In the famous words of Jamie Lee Curtis, I won't do this. I won't subscribe to your obsession with aesthetics. And so what I did was spend the rest of my life, including now, going, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I'm going to take the lessons, and whatever happens, happens. And I just want to take that pressure off of myself. And it worries me more now than ever that vanity has become attacking for younger people.
Yeah,
that is like,
sure.
Wait, what?
Well,
first it was don't get old, and now it's don't look.
But AI is almost every day when I read something, I have to ask myself, is that real? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about not just what something looks like.
Yeah.
Just a story.
Yeah.
Like, I think I reposted a story about a guy where a deer brought like a fox or some sort of baby animal to the door. I think it was all fake. I think it was apparently like all AI generated, but it seemed so real to me and it made me weep.
Sweet.
So, you know what? We have to be very careful, everybody. We have to take care of each other.
Yes.
We have to call each other out on something when it's wrong. And
yes,
we need to take care and really be gentle with each other. We have to be frickin' gentle with each other.
Yes.
Just be gentle. Just be gentle.
The other day, I was so confused about something, and I had gotten put in one of those typical, as the world does, or people do, put you in sort of a washing machine where you're like, I am not sure what just happened. I feel so spun out. And I was like, you know what I need to do right now? I need to remember historically what actually occurred and then hold on to the reality of it and ignore what anyone else is saying or doing, because that'll just keep me anchored in what actually occurred. I will say, having been born into this, there have been many intervals where I questioned, like, what is it that we're doing in our jobs?
Yeah, but that's life.
And I love it. I've come to truly love the fact that every day I want to come home and get on the couch and whip out my remote control and go to town watching things that inform me, educate me, entertain me, enlighten me, titillate me, make me laugh, make me feel, make me understand things better. And
that's art.
It's
it's the beautiful part of art.
I mean,
it's why art's here.
You have made so much
incredible
art.
You made some art. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I loved watching you win your Academy Award
I know,
so
how
much.
cray was that?
Because you acknowledged your mom and your dad.
Well, of course.
And you're like, Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis, people who have also put the most incredible art into the world. And to keep your family's name in that lexicon of those prestigious awards, I know,
but you have to remember what my trajectory there was so not that. That was never on the mood board. I didn't have a mood board. You know what was on my mood board? I wanted to be married and be a mommy. That was my mood board. I mean, really. I'm not a big dreamer person. I'm not that person. I don't have that. So the idea of that happening in my life I was a girl who did, you were talking about horror movies. I mean, I was, I had a beautiful career. That was, not supposed to happen. And it happened on a movie that was, as you know, about the multiverse. I played a character whose character name was Deirdre Beaubierdre. I joke you not. That's her character's name in the movie. And that character won an Oscar. I mean, that's insane.
No, it's so right, because it's earned.
Well,
and it's earned from, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I've never sat in a room with representatives and said, I really need to get an award. Like, I want to do these performances and these types of movies and work with these types of filmmakers. Yeah. I never did that. I wanted to do the things I wanted to do. I went after my gut and my passions. I wanted to have fun with people that I could meet and fall in love with and have adventures. And I think because we sensed your intentions and how you earned it, that was why it was even more delicious.
Yeah, far out, but I also sold yogurt that makes you poop.
The Activia commercials forever.
No, I mean, for many years.
You didn't see the Academy Award happening on the Activia set.
That wasn't on the mood board. So the fact that happened in that way on that movie, a movie that challenged us all to look at the world from a different perspective, and it's a movie about love. I didn't realize that. When I was making the movie, I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, I don't really know what this is about, but it's interesting. And then I watched the scene where Michelle Yeoh and Key reunite at the laundromat.
Yeah.
And there was a moment where I went, oh, the movie's about love. Oh, it's just about love in the midst of chaos. Oh, it's about love. And so, I mean, it's also beautiful
and that's what's real.
Yeah.
I would say that's the most real thing I know or have learned in my time on this planet.
Yeah.
Is it true that you and your husband are about to celebrate 41 years?
Yes.
I mean,
clap more for me.
Also, your husband is literally the coolest guy on the planet.
I understand, but see that picture?
Yeah.
That is the most uncomfortable human being you've ever seen in your... He hates that part of show-off business.
He's made movies about that process and makes fun of it.
That photograph is such a perfect... Put it up again. Look at his face.
But you know what I see there? Pride. Okay, wait. Is it true, because if you're not a manifestor mood boarder, and I'm not either. If someone's like, "What's your 5-year plan?" I'm like, "Stay alive."
Yeah, thank you.
None.
Yeah.
Did you see a picture of your husband in a magazine?
I did. So. I was single.
It sounds a little manifesty.
It is a little manifesty. I was single. It was April of 1984. I was sitting on a couch with my friend Deborah Hill, who wrote and produced Halloween. We were looking at Rolling Stone. It was the issue with Cyndi Lauper on the cover, with her skirt going one way and her body going the other. And I opened the magazine, and there were a picture of 3 men with their arms around each other like that. And there was a guy on the end, and I went to Deborah Hill. Oh, interesting. I'm going to marry that guy. She said, who? I said, that one right there. She goes, oh, yeah, he's an actor. His name is Chris Guest. I tried to put him in a movie. He's with your agents. Anyway, I called his agent, left my number, because that's what you do.
Did you talk to their assistant, and did they ask, what's the message?
No. When I called the agent, he said, hi, Jamie, I know all about it, Chris Guest. Because Deborah Hill had called him. Anyway,
okay, great. You know what? Efficient. I like it.
I left my number with him, and then Chris did not call me. And I dated somebody else who wanted to date me. That was not a romance for me. Kind of 2 months went by. I took that person to the airport because they were going on a trip. And I left the airport, went back to West Hollywood, picked up Melanie Griffith and her then husband, Stephen Bauer.
Oh, my God, of course.
They lived on DeLongpre.
Yes.
And we went to Hugo's.
Yes.
On Santa Monica Boulevard.
Which is still there.
And I sat down at a table, and where this beautiful woman in the blue sweater is sitting, Chris was sitting 2 tables away facing me. and will you just wave with your hand like that? So do it again, right? And I went like this. And then I was like, oh, God, there's this guy. I left my number, and he never called me. And then he got up to leave. Now, would you please stand up and shrug your shoulders? Sorry. Shrug your shoulders. And now just do the gesture of bye. Okay? And that's it. And then he left. Thank you. And then thank you.
Thank
What
you.
is your name?
Yeah, what's your name?
Trish.
Trish.
You're a
Also-
dish. Okay, Trish the dish.
With the best eyeshadow. Go on.
Christopher shrugged his shoulders, went like this, but then I shrugged my shoulders and went like this, and he left. But then he called me the next day.
Oh!
That date was June 28th, 1984. We went out July 2nd. He was leaving for a year on Saturday Night Live, August 8th. I was starting the movie Perfect in Los Angeles, August 10th. Wait. Saturday Night Live is in New York.
Uh-huh.
I was in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
So we are now opposite coasts.
Different
we went back and
times.
forth every weekend.
You did?
We got engaged September 13th. Wait. And we got married December 18th. That year.
41
Now you can
years
clap.
later.
But that's crazy. That is how I met my husband, is that I ran into him at a restaurant.
Hugo's.
At Hugo, and they catered our wedding.
Oh, no.
Sure.
Pasta mama.
Pasta alla mama. That
it's
is what we served at our wedding, Drew Barrymore.
Hugo's is the only place that makes a breakfast pasta. It's the
Okay.
greatest pasta in the world.
Our wedding meal was pasta alla mama.
I know it well. It's a beautiful dish.
Tom and Emily Kaplan, who own and run Hugo's restaurant, catered our wedding.
Well, thank God for Hugo's. Now, okay, I can't believe you were going to do Perfect, by the way. I'm
No, but literally,
I can't, I'm sorry, but I'm seeing, remember this scene?
Yeah.
But you have done so many movies, and oh, God, by the way, it's the sexiest, too. It's so hot.
know,
It's like
it's
you're
just
across the room
wonderful.
from each
I
other,
know.
but your pelvises are talking. I just like, and
know.
your body language,
I
and your
know.
body. I mean, you were the body.
Okay.
Will you play behind the scenes? We have some people here to play it with you.
Yes!
Okay, it is time for BTS and David All
What do
right.
I have to do?
Okay, so if we just watch the monitors, someone else is going to lead this game today, or a few other people, if you will. Take it away. Film number 1.
I guess my question is, one, do you
Chatty.
recall we're in the coffee shop and we're singing together this beautiful, very romantic moment, and I was just pondering while we shot that scene, because I was nervous as all get out. Did you ever think, yeah, we're gonna have to fire this guy?
What?
We're going to have to fire this guy.
No, you know what? That's when I knew the movie was working. It was day 2. It was day 2 or 3, and we were shooting in Bob Dylan's coffee shop. He owned the coffee shop in Santa Monica that we shot in. And, you know, the body swap comedy, there are moments where you know it works, or there are moments where you know it's not working. And when I was in the body of the teenager, I mean, I'm the 15-year-old in the adult body,
Yep.
but I'm 15.
Yep.
But he thinks he's falling in love with this adult woman.
Yes.
But the 15-year-old is feeling his feelings. Mm-hmm. There was that moment, and that's when I went, oh, this'll work. And it was because of him.
Oh, it worked! Oh,
It's
it
when I
worked!
knew the movie would work.
Oh, thank you, Chad Michael Murray, for making it work not once but twice. Okay, take this message.
Wow, you people.
Hey, Jamie Lee
Okay,
Curtis, I have a
shut
quick
up.
question for you.
What,
Our first
Glenn
scene
Powell?
on Scream Queens was together in bed.
Yeah.
My question to you is, was it as good for you as it was for me?
Yeah, Glenn Powell. So, seriously, I get the job of, Ryan Murphy calls me and says, I'm doing the show, Scream Queens, I want you to sing, I want you to be in it, blah, blah, blah. I'm going, great. And I didn't know anything about it. There was no script, blah, 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 announcing cast, you know, every week the way Ryan does so brilliantly. And there was no script. But then I get a call from the costume designer. And she says, come in for a fitting. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't read anything. Anyway, I go in for the fitting. And she goes, you have 3 office scenes and 1 bedroom scene.
You're like, I do?
And I'm like...
You're like, so there is a script.
I said, bedroom? I said, bedroom? She goes, oh, don't worry, it's post-coital. And I said, who am I coiting?
Yeah, exactly.
And she said, a student. And I'm the dean of the college. And I'm like, Ryan Murphy, what are you doing? And it was day 2. Day 2 of Scream Queens.
Day 2 is your
I'm
sign.
in bed with Glenn Powell, post-coital, where boy, he is such, and he's sweet in his family.
They were just here.
Family.
The whole family was on the show.
Excuse me.
I know.
That family unit will get you through life. Like Glenn Powell, he surrounds himself with his parents and his sister. I mean, that is powerful to watch.
Okay, one more, please. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie. It's Abby Elliott.
Don't even make me cry.
TV daughter.
Don't even.
I miss you, and I have a question for you. In honor of our mother-daughter relationship, what is the best piece of advice that you got from your real mother? I love you.
Okay, first of all, when you do a TV series, or when you agreed to do one, you don't know anything.
No.
Right? You don't know what's coming up. You don't. So I get sent, Chris Storer, the writer of The Bear, says, in season 3, you're in 1 episode. And I'm like, great. And he sends me season 3, and the entire episode is Donna and Sugar in the labor and delivery room while she's laboring to have her child.
It's called Ice Chips,
It's
and
called
it's my favorite
Ice Chips.
episode of the entire show.
It's so beautifully written. And I walked on set. I hadn't seen my crew in over a year. And I walked on set, and it's 30 pages of 2 people talking, long monologues about family. And we walked on the set, and Chris Storer said, okay, we're just going to shoot. I've got 3 cameras rolling. I've got 1 here and 2 over there. Let's go. And I had barely said hi to Abby, like in the hall. And we shot that episode in 2 takes without ever rehearsing a word of it, and be able to look across like I'm looking at you and have that interchange of those 2 characters going through that moment in their lives with all the drama and all the history. It was so beautiful. And to have her as my scene partner, I mean, she's an extraordinary actress. She was so beautiful in that episode. Anyway, I'm blown away by her. Blown away by her. Blown away by her. And she has the toughest part on that show. She has the toughest part because she's that center person.
Yep.
And everybody else gets to spin out.
Yep.
And she has to hold center. And she was spectacular in that episode. Spectacular.
I think...
You know when my mother really, really basically said, be yourself. I think really was the gift. The gift from her from the beginning was don't be fake. You know, don't fake something. Be it. Like,
how do you think she knew to do that?
I don't know. I think she just somehow understood that, somehow in me. Just don't fake it. Like, whatever you're going to do, don't fake it. Just the other day, E.T. posted a bunch of things on Instagram because we did I'm selling the movie Ella McKay, and we were doing a thing, and they brought up a bunch of old clips of me when I was 19.
Oh, the vault. The E.T. vault.
Right. But what happened is I don't sound like me. I sound like I have a fake English accent. And I comment in the watching of it like, wait, when was I English? Because all of a sudden I'm speaking in this way. It's bizarre. So I clearly was fighting through something that my mom must have known. because she just kept saying, just be who you are, which is
and maybe,
beautiful.
as you said, it's something that just cannot exist until you've lived enough. I think that I wish that people could know what I now know, but I'm 50, and I just didn't know it before. I'm not sober, I don't work a program, but I quit drinking, and drinking to me took me down, and I couldn't live a full life while I drank. It just stopped me from living a full life.
By the way, to thine own self be true. I mean, really, at the end of the day, when we're all looking in the deep, dark, truthful mirror of our lives, to thine own self be true. Read East of Eden, and there's a beautiful passage in East of Eden where John Steinbeck talks about the preciousness of the mind, of the human. An individual mind is the most precious thing in the world, and the thing we need to protect more than anything, which is the individual mind, to be able to do what an individual mind, rather than a group mind or a calcified idea of a mind.
You said
Freedom.
something in the beginning of our conversation that I can't get out of my head, and it was in accordance with whatever it is of a behavior that holds anybody back. You know, fill in the blank, because everybody's got something. And you used the word deserve earlier, and it's like, it has haunted me in the most beautiful way, because I think the gift that comes from removing one's own personal obstacle of what is holding you back in life is the entryway to believing you deserve something good in this life.
Every human being, every animal deserves that same freedom to be naturally who they are.
Yes.
And yes, the clearing away the wreckage is a cornerstone of recovery for many people. It doesn't mean that the wreckage doesn't exist.
Yes.
But you have to clear it so you can move forward. The whole idea. Okay, so watch this. This in show business is called a segue, which I can spell, by the way. S-E-G-U. There's a weird, I know there's like a U in it. It reads like segue, but it's actually segue, or in show business we call it a pivot. Because the movie I'm actually here to promote is called Ella McKay, and it was made for every woman in this room. It's about a young politician, a young woman who becomes the governor of the state that she's the lieutenant governor of when the governor becomes a cabinet member of the current administration. And she steps up and becomes governor. And she's from a conflicted family, and she is surrounded by the conflict of politics, of politicians and public servants.
Yes.
And she's a wonk. She believes in the power of public service to change the lives and courses of human beings through policy and through opportunities.
Yes.
And she is thrown into the spotlight.
Yes.
And it's a charming, funny family comedy by James L. Brooks.
The
who
brilliant
made
Terms of Endearment, Broadcast News.
Broadcast News. The Simpsons.
Yes.
It's a comedy, and she's played by the gorgeous Emma Mackey, who stars as Ella McKay. I know, Emma Mackey, Ella McKay. It's not weird or anything, or it wasn't weird for us. Anyway, but it's a beautiful new comedy. It comes out December 12th in the theaters. I play
Aunt Helen,
who is her fiercest defender and champion. And I believe that's kind of what we women need to be for each other. It's why the Comfort Compassion Couch exists. It's why we're all here. It's why you're drawn here. It's why literally you came here. I feel like we're all linked here, even though some of us are strangers and some of us are friends.
And the film also...
And we're now apparently married.
Yes, exactly. So, because you waved...
Trish the dish. I like the right-hand side of the bed, just letting you know. I sleep on my right like this, so I need to be like on the right.
Oh my God, I'm a lefty.
Well, Drew.
By the way,
I mean,
Trish the dish.
Work out.
Yes, exactly. And it's also
that's called a throuple.
Yes, exactly. And they're trending, by the way. We can make this happen.
So is spatchcocking, but
I'm telling you, you'll get a turkey. You want your turkey to look like this. Not like this.
Okay. Drew Barrymore.
This bird is going to be uncooked here and dry here. This turkey.
I cannot believe you just spatchcocked yourself on national television.
I can't wait for my Pilates instructor to see that.
Okay, this is the weirdest TV show.
I know.
How long have you been doing it?
This is our 6th year. And it's finally going well, which is a relief in that way of like, you know, it's business. It's got to work for business. And we launched in a global pandemic. And I think, you know,
Drew Barrymore, you're good for business.
Really?
You're really good for business. And they know it.
All I know is that I don't want to be in a world without you in it, leading the charge, living your life on your terms, learning your lessons, following your heart, putting out all different kinds of films. There's nothing you can't do. You are the range queen.
Okay. I will tell you, thank you. That word was never, I thought, ever could have been an adjective. Seriously. And now at this age, now with the opportunities that I've had, and I got very lucky. And, you know, opportunity meets with then art, and then you get something happens, and something's happened a couple times.
Well, thank God you were in every place when you were where you were.
I know.
At Hugo's and every other place in between.
And selling yogurt.
Yes, exactly.
And
you guys, I cannot thank you enough. By the way, no one's ever done this before. This is a whole new thing. Like, but nobody's ever sat on the floor and we push the table. I love everything you do, and I love you. And this was, honestly, I guess what I was trying to say was, I knew this would be different, and it is.
Surround and look, everybody. All of us together.
And I am just so happy and honored and so grateful. So, by the way, break. Jamie Lee Curtis!
That must be very frustrating.
Correct.
Well, that's what not screaming will get you. So, listen, Ella, I do have something.
They really don't need much of an introduction because you know who they are. It is none other than Cameron Douglas and his father, Michael Douglas. I am dying over your look.
Okay, I was hoping to impress you.
You really did. Those doors open. First of all, butter yellow, biggest trend.
What am I, chopped liver?
Oh, I'm getting to you. Are you kidding me? Sure. I mean, you're going to have to hold me back. Yeah. I've been waiting for this for weeks. I have watched your film. I have been, just thinking about this, reading about your past. I feel like I know so much about you, but really diving into your family was very illuminating. And I would also like to introduce you to someone whose ironic nickname is Michael Douglas.
I don't know Michael.
That's what we call him.
Hello, Douglas.
He looks like you a little. Looks like you a little bit. Hey, buddy. Oh, yes.
But he doesn't bite.
And you do. Well, have a seat.
Well, thank
How
you.
can
Thank
I
you
make
so
you
much.
guys so comfortable?
Well, we're very comfortable.
Hello, Douglas.
Douglas is.
Hello, Douglas.
People are asking me. They said, "Have you ever met Drew before?" And I said, "I think I met Drew. I thought you were 14. I found out you were even younger than that."
Yep.
I'm in a restaurant called Columbus. This is back in the 80s.
Yep.
Back in the early 80s. It was a real hot restaurant.
The hot spot.
The hot spot up on the Upper West Side on Columbus Avenue. And we're there one night, and this waitress comes over to serve me. And it's this 11-year-old young lady here. Right. Hi, can I help you, please? I said, well, is it past your bedtime? And you were incredible. But now we're comparing some notes, and my son Cameron just told him about seeing you down at Limelight.
Yes.
And,
I was all up in the clubs.
All
Yeah.
up in the clubs. It was amazing.
I mean, we got into a lot of
Yeah.
trouble, you and I. And look at where we are now.
Look at us now.
I'm so proud of both of us. And I wanted to honor my family. You know,
Yeah,
even though
indeed.
the Barrymores were sort of gone and departed before I came onto the scene, literally most of them had passed. But, you know, when you belong to a family, it's sometimes pressure. But I think for the most part, we want to honor each other. And I always wanted to make my family proud, whether they were there or anywhere. And the Douglas family, you know, is a generational legacy family, you know? And I'm watching your beautiful movie, Looking Through Water, and I'm like thinking about my karma in life has always been mothers and daughters. That's my journey. But I really kept thinking about the father-son dynamic and how foreign it is to me, and yet who better to ask, like, what comes to your mind when I speak of it than you guys, and with your father, the great Kirk Douglas. Who, like, was coming to your DJ gigs in his 90s, is that right?
He was. That was incredible, actually. Him and Ann, his wife Ann. They'd show up every once in a while, sort of impromptu, and I'd be working, and then I'd say, "My God, it's my grandfather sitting down over there." And he'd spend an hour or two just to support me. So sweet. Really
How
so
do you
sweet.
like to honor your family?
I mean, it is very important to me, and I think I do it just by trying to, as you say, put one foot in front of the other, do the best work that I can, be the best person that I can. I think, you know, being there for your family, being available.
Yes, so you're doing great that way. And
think
you're
so.
a parent now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have grandchildren. You are a hot grandfather. I'm sorry. I mean that in a really, like... I hear they call you Bubba.
Bubba. I always say Bubba.
Oh, no.
Bubba, yeah. No, they're great. Lua is 7 and Ryder's 4.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more excited and happy and enjoying it and watching Cameron go through the machinations of being a father and smiling and having a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm having a good time enjoying them. But don't see them enough. They're on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. Hope to see them more often.
Do you see, like, do you have those moments where you see something you're doing with him or saying to him that reminds you of something your father said and did to you? Do you see, like, oh, well, I see that pattern right there?
I used to. I mean, but he was a lot younger than now, probably 20 years ago, but I stopped that a while ago. I mean, in the spirit of trying to maintain a good relationship as you're growing on up, there's only so much parenting you can do after a certain age. And then you're either fortunate enough that you have a bond together or you don't. And I think both of us cherish the idea of working at it, of keeping a bond together, which is what you have to do. You can't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Watching your film that feels very representative of that meant a lot to me because it is where I want to invest my time. Mm-hmm. And so hearing it from smart people, I'm like, okay, good, I'm going in the right direction.
Good.
You know? Because when I was young, it was like, I didn't really have family. I was out running around, waitressing and clubbing, working, having the best time ever, by the way.
Right.
Best time. But then you get older and you're like, what life am I looking to build and be a part of? And for me, family wasn't necessarily there and around, but now I realize it's my everything.
Right. Maybe looking through water made you want to learn how to fish. You have any desire to learn how to fish?
I actually am not a bad fisher.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Fly, fly and regular. Yeah, I've done it in Idaho and Tennessee, and I really enjoy fishing.
Yeah.
And the outfits suit me really nicely, too. I sort of dress like a fisherman or a dog trainer in my normal life. By the way, another way you honor your family is a tattoo.
Oh, boy.
And I have to say,
Oh, boy.
I love these tattoos.
What tattoos?
I just saw that maybe you had tattoos of your father and grandfather somewhere on your body. May I show anybody what that looks like?
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Take it off.
It's so cool!
Take it off.
Take it off! 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 Take it off!
You don't need these guys. You know these guys.
Now that's the way to honor your family.
That's one way to do it.
By the way, your most beautiful wife, Catherine, who all of us were melting over. I mean, she is an icon, magnanimous, beautiful, and we were talking about how it's your 25th anniversary and your wedding at the Plaza that basically was an all-nighter.
Oh, that was a party.
Yeah, it was.
That was a
We
party.
set the record at the Plaza Hotel for the longest wedding.
That's how I like to do it. Yes. She was telling me a story about how you guys were looking for the piano player who had left.
Well, he stopped playing. And I went over to the manager and he said, "What is this? Come on now. You know, we're having a good time." Mr. Douglas, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. And the piano player's been playing for 8 hours, and he wanted to go home. So we made our own music.
Okay, now you produced a film, The Great One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, everybody. And you went up and accepted the Academy Award because you were the producer. Why did you decide to be a producer and not in it?
Well, I never thought about being a producer. It was just that I was able to have access to this phenomenal piece of material, this book by Ken Kesey, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And my father, Kirk, had acquired the book, right, and developed it into a play. And he went back at the height of his career, 1960, right after Spartacus, and he committed to 6 months to doing the play in New York. And it didn't work out. Play was okay. And his idea was a great part, R.P. McMurphy, and he would develop it into a screenplay and a movie. But it didn't work out. And meanwhile, I had read the book in college, was in love with it, and found out my father was selling the rights to the book. And I, as a young actor, said, I don't even know how or why I said it, but let me run with it. I take it. I'll promise to get the money that you were asking for it. Give me a chance. And my father said, give the kid a chance, okay. And I was fortunate. I worked for a number of years and finally got it all together. Unfortunately, by that time, my father was too old to play the part he really wanted to. And I realized by then how rare it was to have a good part. So that was the passion for that particular show.
I mean, you have made the world such a better place with what you've put out into it.
Thank you.
I mean, and you know what's funny, Cameron? I heard one of your favorites of his is totally one of my favorites. Is it Black Rain?
I know I like it.
I love Black Rain. I've seen it so many times. Glenn Close was here. And we were speaking about how the original ending audiences were having beef with. And so you got together and talked about maybe performing a different ending to make it the success it needed to be. Well, here's what she had to say. Can I show you?
Sure.
So I was in a meeting with Adrian, the director, and the producer, and Michael, who I love. And I was saying, what if it was you? What if it was your character? What did you do? What did you do? You know, I thought, I'm so furious. And he said, hey, babe, I'm a whore.
I'm sorry, but if men didn't stop having affairs after that film came out, if, like, I don't know, I mean, you guys changed the world with that movie and those performances. It's iconic.
The original ending was a trick where we had a fight with the knife, and I got the knife out of her hands and everything. So the knife had my fingerprints on it. And then the ending was that she committed suicide with the knife, but had my face, so it would look like I was frame me. And what happened was the audiences wouldn't allow her to kill herself. They wanted somebody else to kill her.
Like the wife.
Like the wife.
Anne Archer.
Anne Archer. Or me. It was just, everybody got up in arms about test scores or everything else. But you need to know how it works for the audience or not. And it wasn't working. The picture was working great up to the end.
Okay. When you were making Basic Instinct, did you know what it was going to do? Did you know it would be the phenomenon that it was? Did you have that feeling?
No, we had no sense of, I wanted to do a slam dance. And, that was really how it all started out.
What's a slam dance?
Slam dance is just
good. See, well, because our minds are alike.
In your face. In your face. Yeah.
Oh, it's very in your face.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'll never forget. I was in the movie theater, and I will just never forget that experience. I mean, that is a game changer when you have an audience screaming and flipping out, like, throughout the whole movie. I mean, you've just done so many incredible things. It's impossible to speak of your whole body of work. But, again, looking through Water, I really appreciated it. It really made me think about family relationships. And I think it's a really, really beautiful and thoughtful movie that is a testament to everything we were talking about in the beginning. Focus on the people around you. They're worth it. And as family members and, sons and daughters and fathers and mothers, can I ask any parenting advice from you, as I have these young daughters, and nothing matters to me more than trying to do my very best? Any advice?
Not really. I mean, probably just try to be as truthful as possible, because kids have really good detectors. They have really good detectors, and you think you may be trying to cover up something or protect something, and they seem to know. I know Cameron, we've talked about this before, was aware more things were going on with his mother and father than I knew that he knew.
Okay, I love that advice. And that also makes me feel safer, because I do have a lot of candor with my kids.
Right. It pays to be truthful.
Cameron, can I ask the same question?
Applause. Good advice.
Yeah, by the way, applause for honesty always.
Yeah, I'll just sort of piggyback off of that and just say, as my father said, you know, my kids, they're so sharp, you know, and they know what's going on. So to sort of respect that intelligence, I think goes a long way.
Well, I cannot thank you enough. I was nervous. I have been so excited to have this conversation with you, to have the privilege of your company, and also to have been with Catherine, which is why it's all about family, and so is Looking Through Water, your beautiful film, which is a love letter to families.
Please welcome Drew Barrymore and Halle Berry.
Here because the most beautiful woman in the world is here. That's right. I'm talking about the icon Halle Berry, everybody.
I need some of this. I feel so like I need some diamond. No.
Like, let me.
No.
Are you sure?
No.
They don't belong to me. They go right back to wardrobe afterwards.
Oh my gosh!
For the moment, I'll pretend they're mine. You know how it is. Do you ever get to keep any of your clothes?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. But in Crime 101, we would love these.
By the way,
feels like something we should steal.
I just watched the movie, and you're right. There is a diamond theme in it, and we'll get to all of that. We're going to talk your movie, Crime 101, which has such an amazing cast, by the way. Wow.
Yeah, those boys are pretty easy on the eye and so fun to work with.
Yeah,
oh
it is Hottie Central.
It's Hottie Central.
It's Chris Hemsworth, Barry Keoghan, Mark Ruffalo.
Nick Nolte came back.
Monica Barbero. I love this cast.
Yeah.
And then we also are going to meet with the Respin, your company, the coach, your personal
my coach. I know, I love
who
her.
is also available to other people,
yes,
which is so amazing.
Yes, of course.
So we're going to get into that whole talk too.
Good.
You know, so
good.
Here we go. Well, we're actually at the news desk. Shall we take it away and get into it? All right, here we go. First story, everybody. Now, check this out. What if we looked at menopause as a renewal and not a decline? So, Konenki is the Japanese way of embracing menopause, which holds space for transition, growth, and most importantly, renewal. Menopause isn't treated as a loss, but a continuation of personal evolution. I'll hold my thoughts and give it to you.
I mean, I couldn't have said that better myself. I think being in this stage of life, I'm 60 this year, I have never felt better. I have never felt better in my whole life. I feel so renewed, I feel stronger, wiser, smarter, more empowered, more ready to be my best self. And so I love that that's how they're looking at it. We should adopt that because they know what they're talking about. This is part of life, right? We have to not only reframe it for ourselves as women, we have to reframe it for people around us. Do you know what I mean? We have to reframe culture. You know, culture
I think you
has
are
to
single-handedly doing that too. You're making it fun and sexy. The whole tone is changing.
Yes, it's changing. Yes,
it's changing because of people like you. Now, Val, where's Val? Hi, Val. Valerie Bertinelli, everybody. Val, who are you with?
I am with Kimberly, and Kimberly, we both wanted to talk about Konenki. I think this is our whole lives are just one big, gorgeous, beautiful journey. So I wanted to talk to Kimberly what she thinks about Konenki.
Listen, I think what you guys are doing is absolutely what women need now. You're removing the stigma of menopause. And the second we do that, then we can start discussing it openly without any guilt or shame or feeling on about it.
Halle a question?
Yes, please.
Okay, and this is off subject a little bit, but we were talking about what you save from, you know, what you keep. I just need to know, do you have the bikini from James Bond?
Yep.
Yes! Good! Now that's a question. Thank you.
That picture, still, I can see it. It was like, yeah, baby, you go.
It lives rent free in all of our minds. All right, Halle, we are at the desk. It is your headline.
Yes. Up next, Drew. According to Scary Mommy, A dead bedroom might not mean a relationship is doomed. This term refers to a couple who's having little to no intimacy. Psychotherapists say that it's not necessarily a sign of the end of the relationship because intimacy and connection aren't synonymous with sex. Now, I know this is true, right? You can feel intimate and by having a cuddle or a kiss or a hug or a deep talk, right? Intercourse is one thing. Intimacy is something different, right? And you can feel...
So well said.
And I've had to learn that because of my issues that I've had with menopause, you know, everything being dry. I've had to find new ways to connect until I figured it all out.
Wait, Rossi, who are you with?
Well, hi. Hi, Halle. Hi. Everybody. Say hi to Jill. This is Jill.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Jill.
Jill's from Long Island. Yes. So I want to know, dead bedroom, does it just need a little mouth-to-mouth to get it to improve, or what do you think?
Well, I think that it matters about communication. I think as long as it's an open communication with your partner, I think that it can go either way.
Yeah, and I love what Halle said, too, about intimacy versus intercourse. Like, I hadn't really thought about that before, but I mean, sometimes just a cuddle can get you through, if you know what I mean, right? It's important to make that kind of distinction.
And a connection with them.
Exactly.
Right? As long as there's some kind of connection, then you're good to go.
I wonder if men and women could talk more honestly, like as far as if I feel a man getting excited, I feel like, oh, it's on.
And you got to do something about that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And like there's a meter, you know, and once we dial up Bing, you're like, oh, how do we...
We got to handle Bing.
How do we work with Bing and not maybe go all the way? And, you know, because I think as a woman, we see the Bing and we think, oh, well, that means it's time. Whereas maybe it can be a conversation of, I'm so excited, but like we don't have to do that. And by the way, the second you take the pressure off is usually when it happens.
Yes.
It's funny enough.
Yes. And sometimes Bing can just be rubbed. You know what I mean? Bing doesn't have to do anything more exciting than that. Bing can just be rubbed and massaged, and then Bing will lay down.
Yes, yes.
You know? And that's fine too. And that's fine too.
Ironically, the state of post-Bing is so different than the state of pre-Bing.
That's right.
I mean, it's like the second you take care of the Bing, you go right back to watching TV and eating your food and have that intimacy. Why are you laughing at me, Rossi?
I'm just learning so much here. And Halle, thank you so much. I just didn't expect this conversation, and I just want to thank you. I feel like, right? Bing, bing, bong. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having the conversation that prompts all these wisdoms from Halle. And by the way, last up, People reports, this is a pivot of a story, but Kate Hudson is really eager to work with a certain actor. She wants to work with, guess what? Her mom, Goldie Hawn. And they have not yet achieved this monumental goal that I know we would all really love and benefit from.
Yes.
Halle, is there anyone that you would like to work with?
There's an actress that I love with every fiber of my being. I love her. And I would love to play her mother. Zendaya.
By the way,
I can play her mom, right? I can play her mom.
100%. I would be there for that. I want to see that. That makes so much sense.
I would kill, right? Right?
Okay, see?
Universe.
Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson, Halle Berry and Zendaya. I think we solved the world's problems. We'll be right back. We're just giving some strokes to Douglas, who's 16 this month. Happy almost birthday for Douglas.
Oh. Is he gonna have a party?
Funny enough, on his adoption certificate at the Pound, when I found him, it had the name Taquito on there. I do love a taquito. And it said his birthday was February 22nd, which is my birthday. So I thought it was a sign. Yep. But speaking of animals, I'm freaking out
did you find kittens somewhere?
Oh my God, Drew. I can't stop finding kittens. They show up in my backyard and they just scream. They're out there, meow, meow.
Oh my God.
I'm turning into a cat lady. I have 4 now.
I mean, you are a cat
I am,
woman,
yeah,
so, you know, maybe that's the call. Maybe they understand.
Is. I have found countless kittens, but I also try to catch the moms and the dads and get them fixed, because that's how I fix the problem. I've kept 4 of the kitties, but now I have to stop, and I'm finding homes.
4 is a lot.
4 is a lot. And I have 2 dogs too, so 4 is a lot, but I've taken this on as like my side hustle in my neighborhood to sort of fix the problem. So all my neighbors now are letting me into their yards.
Have you ever heard the cats, you know?
Oh my God, it sounds like they're walking to their death. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
I have never. Here, close your eyes for a second.
Yes.
Is that what it sounds like?
Followed by. I mean, that comes after.
I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
It's the oddest sound. It doesn't sound pleasurable, but it also doesn't sound miserable either.
I don't think it's that pleasurable for these mommies, for these female cats.
Oh, no.
I don't get that feeling. I don't know why. Have you seen it happen?
No, I only have heard it because they used to mate outside my old apartment window. And so every night at 3 in the morning was the...
That's good, Drew.
Thank you. It's embedded in my head permanently.
Well, seeing it will be really embedded in your head, too, if you saw it.
Well, I'd like to catch that, actually, now that you mention it. Okay, so we're spaying and neutering, and that's the answer. And then they can all they want. I watched Crime 101. Incredible cast. Unbelievably sexy, really fun. Don't look away for a second, or you might miss a twist of the turn. It continues.
I mean, look at those 2.
Is it true
Seriously?
Chris Hemsworth was like excited, intimidated, and had like big feelings about working with you? I mean, the Chris Hemsworth.
He says that, but I don't believe that. I can tell you this, Drew. I've been doing this for 30 years. I have never been so taken care of by a group of men in my entire career. Maybe only James Bond.
James Bond.
When I worked with Pierce. These men, my feet didn't hit the ground working with these guys. From Chris to Bart, our director, to Mark. Like, they just respected me. They championed all of my ideas. They lifted me up, made sure I was okay every day. Like, it was a dream. They set the bar, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to work again, actually.
I mean, this really is like the cast, too.
Yeah.
These are all the people. Monica Barbaro,
Yes.
you know, Barry Keoghan, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth. Like,
Yes.
this is...
And Nick Nolte.
And Nick Nolte
comes back.
That's
yes.
right. He's in it with, when you guys sat down to make this film, did you guys talk about any film references?
We talked about that with Bart. He told us that he's a big fan of like the real adult heisty movies of the past, like Heat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It feels like of that genre.
Yeah, or Collateral, like these kinds of sexy noir thrillers, but that great action, but that are but have great characters at the heart of it, right? And we talked about Sliding Doors because the way these characters all sort of interact with each other without knowing half the time, and how they all come together. And by the end, all of their stories intertwine in such a way that makes all of them very important to each other.
Yes.
Right? And it was interesting to figure out how that
and alliances form and change. Like I
yes.
said, you cannot look away for a second on this film because it's like constantly keeping you on your toes.
Yes.
Sexy toes.
Sexy toes.
Like high heel stilettos. It really is. It's it's okay, great. We have a game here that we love to play called Memory Bank. And I think the only things I've really saved throughout my life are the books I've read and the photographs I've taken. And sometimes I'll just find an old stack and I'll look through them and like the thoughts that come to my head. So that's what this segment is. It's in honor of like looking back. It's memory bank, everybody.
I just did that.
Well, let's see the first photo. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There you are.
Oh my God, this was the Miss World pageant, and of course I was there for USA. This was in Macau, Hong Kong, and I think I was about 19 years old there. Yeah. I did not win this. I lost.
That's okay. What was that life experience like?
You know, this was a journey that I never thought that I would be on, honestly. How did I get to be, you know, Miss USA in the Miss World pageant? You know, my boyfriend entered me into the very first one, Miss Teen, Ohio.
And what did you think when he entered you in?
When I heard how much money you could win.
Right.
Because I wanted to go to college, and my mom didn't have the money to send me to college. So I was in it for how can I get money so that I could maybe pay for my college education. That's what I went to, right? How could I win something that I could use?
You mean the most admirable reason?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So I just remember that it was like a learning by fire. You know, it served me so well when I realized what my career would be, having to travel around the country and around the world and speaking and being in front of people and presenting myself and gaining confidence really served me really well for the rest of my life.
Okay, this is so positive and so beautiful and such a moment.
And look at the hair. What is happening with the hair?
The best hair. I mean, it's like 80s. I miss the 80s. God, why was the 80s so fun and free?
And why do I have on 2 watches?
I know. I did notice that, by the way. I went straight.
What was that about?
Maybe you were worried about the time. Okay, well, look at the next photo. I love going. I'm in Macau and like with you. So, remember you were like, oh, I bet there might be a picture of like something unattractive or a bad outfit.
This would be it.
Okay, but no, not so much, because it turns out that reveal of the thong became the thing and is still the thing.
We're still thonging?
Everybody's still thonging. When you went out that night, do you remember at all like adjusting the strap, thinking, oh, this is a fun thing, I'm gonna go with this? Like, or is anyone gonna know what I'm doing? Like, what was the thought process? Because it became a thing.
Yeah, I do know it was a bold decision at the time, and I wasn't quite sure about it. I remember saying to my stylist, I don't know if people need to be out like this. And I got convinced, obviously, that we should be out like that, so I went with it.
I think the world is better for it.
Yeah. I can't say I would do this today.
There are things that I feel like I probably wouldn't dare do today, you know, but I'm so glad I did them then.
Yeah, then, yes. Yes.
Then was fun. Oh, okay, that is you. And I believe this is an ode to 59.
That was ode to 59, yes.
I mean, hello, 59.
Yes, yes.
And did you turn 60?
I'm 60 this year.
You're 60 this year. I'll be 51 this year. What month are you?
August.
August.
Yes.
Okay. So do you start practicing the age you're about to turn a little ahead of you turning it? Me too.
I've been saying I'm 60. Like I said already out here, I'm 60. I'm not 60. I will be. But yes, I'm already 60 in my head. I do feel like when you read about a woman, at least in our business, the age always precedes them. I was sitting with Chris and Mark, and I was complaining about how come my age always has to be talked about and your age is not. I'm like, I don't even know how old you dudes are, but you all know how old I am. And so
why is that?
I don't, well, we know, come on, Drew, we know why.
I know, but it's funny
because we're defined by that and they're not, right? But I don't have a problem with my age. I just don't like the sexism of it all.
I totally understand what you're talking about. I know exactly what discrepancy you're speaking of. I try not to focus on it, but you're telling the truth and you're absolutely right about that. And that is some BS, because I think, again, what you're doing is reframing. I think looking at old pictures is a lot of reclaiming. And I think when we think about the reframing, I really do not want to underestimate how important reframing is. I think for me, it has fallen into a lot of my mental wellness. I think I've had a lot of demons and darkness in my head due to a way I was thinking about, seeing, approaching, feeling, reacting to things. And just by doing this really hard work of reframing things, they're getting a little less stressful.
Where do you think that came from?
I think, well, two things. One, when I started this job, I felt very out of my depth. I wasn't being kind to myself about it. So that was one. And then the other thing that started to happen is I started to feel so much tremendous pain in my body. A pain that for about almost 1 year, I've been in every medical test trying to figure out what's going on with my body. And every test keeps coming back that this is really only potentially hormonal or stress. I am looking to people, you being a huge pillar for me, because we've been on this multiple times now, of trying to find my way through something that I'm going through naturally and can't fight as a woman, and I'm trying to land on my feet the best I can, and it's not an easy journey.
No, because there's no path yet. We are forging the path right now for how women will go through this time of life, empowered with knowledge and education and therapies, right? We're figuring that out right now, so our daughters and other generations won't have to go through this.
It's reframing how we mentally see ourselves. It's the way we're reframing men
how they see
menopause.
Us. Yes.
I can't believe there's the word men in it.
I know, which is why we should change the name.
The irony.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with a man, and I want more sort of whimsical, sexy support on the whole subject. Yes. And I want us as women to own this time. And no matter how much we shut it down or have generational sort of aspects that didn't bring it to the forefront because someone didn't do the research or didn't put this as the priority, it doesn't have to stay that way.
No, we get to change that.
We're going to go to a quick break. We're back, everybody, with Halle Berry and Halle's platform. Respin is a game changer for women going through menopause. I've been getting heavily involved in it. Thank you to Halle. And every person who signs up will get a dedicated coach, which is really important because it turns out perimenopause and menopause is very different in every woman. Access is an issue. Communication, finding out resources, all of this is available through Respin. And here today, we have her head coach, Maria Luque. You know, I've been talking to Halle about Respin. I have all the products. I know the website. I'm now working with you. I filled out my dossier of all of my symptoms and really physically where I'm at, including mentioning the treatments I'm now currently on. How does one start? And God, I'm dying to know any information you got from my particular chart.
Well, thank you for filling that out. And that's really where we start. We really try to capture as much information. We're getting all that information from you. And then you pick a coach, and then the magic happens, because then the individualized approach happens. Because as you both talked about earlier, menopause is such an individual journey. We can't just make something fit to you. We have to make things fit around you, around your life, your busy life. Everybody has a different type of life. And then the community comes into play. You come into the community or group cohorts where you get to meet other women that are going through the similar process.
And that's the best part. For me, talking to other women, you feel not alone and you feel like, oh, I am not crazy. You're going through that too, and that's so helpful. And the reframe that you've been talking about.
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm normally more of like a lone wolf about things, and it is only through community that I have made this such a joyous, empowering, humorous, and now effective journey. I am so mad about what you just told me. I could scream, and oh God, can you please tell everybody what happened? How many people here know that you need one whole year from one period to a no period for a full year cycle, and that's when you're officially in menopause. If you're like 1 day short and get your period, you go back to 0. What happened to you?
You don't even know this.
I don't. Ooh.
So Drew and I shared this. On March 21st would be my 1 year. I would be in the menopause. I was already planning my siesta. I'm like, my family's been going after it. I was in London on this press tour. My boyfriend Van heard, I was in the bathroom. I got my period. I got my period.
Oh, life
And
just
I was
doesn't
like,
want you there yet.
I was like, how can this be? I was so close. And I called Dr. Sarah, another doctor at Respin. I'm like, Sarah, what is happening? And she was like, is it just spotting? I'm like, no, it's full on, like full on. I've got my period. And she just went, oh no, back to the beginning you go, darling.
And I mean, that's at 59, and I have a friend who's 36 who just completed her 1 year round. So
you see,
these are not identical situations. It's so different for everybody. I am so sorry to hear that.
I know.
And I will be calling you within the next 60 days to let you know anything because I'm so scared. Because I went to 10 months before and went back to 0. And
This is my second time. I did it the first. Got close, started. I was like, okay, 1 more year. Drew's doing it. I'll do it.
I might be joining you again.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
60 days.
Poo,
We'll
poo,
see.
poo, poo. No, you're not.
Well,
you're going to invite me to your siesta. I'm going to celebrate with you.
I mean, Maria, what is like a way that comes to the top of your mind of how to sort of settle someone in to join Respin and kind of get a taste of what the process is going to be and what you're going to accomplish goals-wise right out of the gate?
I always want to say that we at Respin we don't try it. We do things very differently.
Yeah.
We bring the fun.
Yeah, especially this one.
I'm going to bring the fun. It is not about making, like I was saying earlier, the approach is just so different from creating a product and then shoving it in your life.
Yep.
Just trying to really like pigeonhole you into this has to fit for you versus there is no product other than you. You are it. You are the person that determines what this path is going to look like. And we as coaches are only there to help you navigate that and figure it out for yourself. So we're more like a really close friend that is not like on your side. And we're an expert, but we're also your friend trying to help you make decisions that fit you. Not me saying, you know what, Drew, I think I heard enough. Here's what you need to do.
I think also Respin feels like a home to me, whereas I was going very compartmentalized to a lot of different doctors, and that was not serving me well.
Right. It's all under one umbrella there.
That makes a huge difference because all the data, all the history, what's working, what's a misfire. Did you notice anything from my chart out of curiosity?
Yes, you seem a little overwhelmed.
Okay. I am.
Overwhelmed, feeling tired.
I am.
Anxious, you got too much going on.
I know. Yeah. That's how you feel.
We all need a little bit.
Petting the dog. No,
that's why the doggy's here.
It's so stressful also when you just can't remember anything and you're so tired and I tried treatments. One really didn't work and sent me off on a path that was really scary. And then I found it in another form. And for the first 3 or 4 days, I was like, oh God, here comes the feeling again. 4 days later, I'm like, oh my God, I think this is what evening out feels like. It's like a miracle.
Yes.
I don't feel like bursting into tears today. This is a miracle.
And here's the things you learn that, you might get through a certain set of symptoms and you're sleeping better. And then all of a sudden, 30 days later, you're no longer sleeping again. So you constantly have to modulate it. And that's when a coach like Maria comes into play because she will help you then figure out, okay, what have you done differently? What might have affected your sleep? You know, what's changed in the last 30 days, and help sort of you come to terms with what that is, and then what new adjustments do you need to make? Because sleep is really, really important. And just taking HRT doesn't fix your sleep. HRT helps many symptoms, but you still have like 40% more you have to figure out on your own with diet and exercise. We just did a study with Peloton called the PRESS study, and we found out that 84% of the women had symptom improvement, right? So that just goes to show you movement
amazing.
Matters. Diet matters.
And you have a bingo card for me, actually, and I think a lot of it is about movement. And I have to say, like, I glimpsed at it because I was, like, curious. These were such fun suggestions. Like, they are proactive, they are fun, they're pops, they're minimal. If I may, one was like stand, you know, at the wall, you know, when you stand at it for like 30 seconds and you kind of hold that like position. One was like get up and play a song. There were prompts in there that I didn't feel like I was hearing elsewhere. And I've been trying to do PT and Pilates and some dancing and all that stuff. These were outside of the box suggestions that also felt very doable. And like I said, like pops, you know, and it got me excited to do it. Because sometimes people are like, you need to do this. And I take the pamphlet and I'm like, oh my God.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
You're serious? How am I going to pull this off?
She's got something called super snacks. And they're little bite-sized things you can do throughout the day that help us busy moms, women, manage to put movement in your day. If you don't have an hour to go to the gym, many of us don't. I often don't. You can do super snacks throughout the day, right? And so you get it in a really fun way.
You don't need more. You don't need someone telling you that you need to do more. And the way I look at the bingo cards is also, what if we turned movement and nutrition or anything more of something that we collect rather than something that we fail at or that we must do? So a bingo card, which this is really fun, is really more you get in there. Who doesn't have that playful, fun adventure as a kid of just having to check something off, like something fun, like a boom.
I do think you brought something very youthful, vibrant, and joyful to something, again, that people were making feel stodgy and old. It's like, no, this is not that era anymore. And I love the prompts, and I can't wait to work my bingo card.
Can't wait to see the bingo finish.
If you see me in the grocery store, in a line, I'm probably doing Kegels. You know what I'm saying?
And get a hula hoop.
Oh, yeah.
Get a hula hoop.
That's
Talking
what
about
we did.
Fun. That's what we did.
Wait, can you do the hula hoop? Because it falls down on me every time. Like, I suck at the hula hoop.
Oh, girl,
it's hard.
I'm so good at it now.
You
because
are?
Of this one.
She's a pro.
I can move around my backyard while I'm like, I've gotten so into it because it's fun and I'm getting exercise while I'm gone to my childhood mind and I'm having, I'm being a kid again.
And that's
so fun.
That's how we started our group sessions.
Yes.
The group sessions that we did, everybody got a hula hoop, and that's how we started it. It's that fun. It's that adventure.
I feel so much better, by the way, and I was so excited. I feel sane. That's a big deal. Yes. I have spent the last year feeling really screwed up. And
have you gotten on testosterone? Have you tried testosterone?
I have not tried testosterone. Talk to me really quickly about that, because I also feel like that can bring back the libidinous.
Yes.
As I said on your chart, I have zero sex drive, but I hear testosterone gets something going. I've heard it's saving marriages, because couples who love each other but just don't, have that spark right now are finding it.
And we often hear testosterone and we think, okay, I'm going to grow a beard. But it's not really true. You don't take the same testosterone that men create. There's a different testosterone for us that women create, and that's what you're taking, a bioidentical testosterone, a compound. And that is what, you get your libido back and you get your drive back to do things.
It's shocking, all these findings. I feel like a little student, like with my miner's cap on, but you're the university and the college I attend. So thank you, you guys. Halle and Maria, for more information on Respin, visit re-spin.com. And Halle's film, by the way, once you deal with all your stuff and you want to go watch a sexy movie, this movie is like testosterone, by the way. It really is. It's so hot and exciting and beautifully made. Hot, sexy date night. We'll go to a clip as we go to break. Thank you guys so much.
You're very groomed. Your hair, your nails, your $12,000 watch there. Everything is just a little too perfect. Which tells me you have a lot of money and a lot of time on your hands, Mike. You got the clothes, the cars, but you can't seem to look me in the eye. And I'd bet you didn't grow up with money.
How do you figure that?
Because people who grow up in chaos crave order.
Our first guest, he is such a wonderful actor, Academy Award winning, like, you know, that kind of actor. And his beautiful, beautiful new film, Rental Family, is just so gorgeous. I've watched it. I can't wait to discuss it with him. Please welcome the incomparable Brendan Fraser. Did you see your sign on the wall? I don't know if you You're the only person. Put anywhere you want. By the way, I love your new film
Thank
so
you.
much. It's so beautiful. Thank you for putting this out there into the world. Rental Family.
It's a movie we need right now, more than ever. There's no villain in this movie, apart from apathy.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna do something about this or not?
Yeah.
So people are probably wondering what this movie's about. It's all in the title. It's called Rental Family. There's some 300 businesses that are, it's still in use in Japan right now.
So this is a real thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been around since the 80s. There's an epidemic of loneliness for such a busy place like Tokyo or New York or anywhere for that matter. And people have a workaround, you know, and to feel like they can be less alone, still have company, have someone stand in for them, to be their daughter, their husband, even to be at their funeral just so that they can see what people would say about them. This is a film about the connections that people make under make-believe pretenses. You know, this is about an agency that hires performers and actors to stand in for other roles in people's lives. But as an actor, if you're doing your job right, you're connecting, you're feeling like, you know, you're making a difference in someone's life, but it's hard not to feel something as a result. And so the world of this movie lives in the in-between of make-believe and the reality that comes up against it.
Which is kind of how we grew up in our jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a connection there. It's like, who's to say that's not your family when you get so close with people or you work alongside of them for days, weeks, months, years at a time? That is a family. That's a different definition of a family, but a family nonetheless. And it's interesting. I so much, and I've talked to you about this before, but, you know, as I was in my early teen years, I mean, you were the biggest deal. And I loved all of your movies, and I went to all your movies, and I auditioned for a ton of your movies. Yes, I loved them. And if I hear your name or see your face, it's like I'm brought to a time of when I first realized why and who I liked, and you were that person for me.
True.
And then, you know, your career evolved. Then you were starting to do like Mummy and become an action hero. And those movies also, I mean, you went from like, you know, Encino Man and Blast from the Past and all those movies. The best. And then you, oh my God, and Tarzan, and whoa, which, by the way, you know what? I'm so sorry. There's a shot of you as Tarzan, and you're like sparring with a lion, and I'm wondering if it's a real lion.
That lion was named Hercules. And he was a famous movie lion, and he had a piece of airline cable to keep him in place, and he was standing on his mark. And they're like, okay, bring Brendan in. And I look like a big steak, right? And I'm like, I'm cool. I'm squaring off against this lion. Ding, ding, and they get the shot. Great. Oh, I can breathe again. I go home that night. I'm watching TV, and there's a nature program showing a real elephant doing this with an antelope or something like that. And it spins on its front paws and takes it down with its back legs. He could have had me. Like, look at it. Like,
I mean, you could have been in a moose.
Oh, please. Come on.
And then, you start doing the Mummy movies. And that is a whole world and franchise. So much so that, even Tom Cruise ends up doing a Mummy. That's how big the Mummies are. And they are a beloved franchise. And by the way, is it true? Because I love reading the news. And I see, you can't swing a cat without people talking about the new Mummy Returns, and maybe you and Rachel Weisz. Is it true?
Oh,
could it be? I don't want to pressure you.
Drew, my lips are sealed. I really want to answer that question. But right now, all I can say is... Use it. It'll get you far.
Okay, well, we have to take a quick break. And when we come back, in honor of Brendan's most beautiful film, Rental Family, which is also a meditative exploration into the world of Tokyo, we might have a game for someone to go to Tokyo when we come back. We'll be right back. Tisch School?
You went to social.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's incredible. Oh, hi, sorry, we're back with the beautiful, handsome, talented, brilliant Brendan Fraser, everybody. And we were just talking in the break about family and your film Rental Family, and you are the father of 3 beautiful sons. And I have 2 daughters who are still in their blooming eras of almost 12 and 13. What comes to mind, and do you have any advice for me?
Let them do the talking, and let them know you're listening, no matter what they say. Because they don't remember what they said, but they'll remember that you listened.
Really? Is there any way to get them to talk more?
Take their phone and...
Yeah.
Like, the holidays are coming up now. It's tricky for everyone, right?
Yes.
And family is complicated and beautiful all at once, but they can also drive you up the wall. So this is not a shameless plug, but rent one for a little while. Sometimes it just makes sense to rent. It's not a lease-to-own program. Here, just go to the movie Rental Family. Keep an open mind.
Well, one of the things that was my favorite moments in the film is when Shannon says, and she understands fully who you are, that she makes a conscious choice to allow you into her life and to extend yourself and to accept people. I found this film to be highly intelligent and beautifully confident in its message. I really did. Okay, when I look at this picture, first of all, your hand dwarfs the Academy Award, by the way. But I see the look in your eyes, and this is the moment that also really touches my heart because it's your beautiful sons, and it just looks like there's so much pride in your eyes. And although this is a moment in your life, and one of the biggest ones, there are millions of moments that led up to it. And I feel like I sense that when I see you in these moments.
Thanks, Drew. Thanks. They make me a better person every day.
daughters, I didn't know I could be the human I am because of my daughters. I didn't think I could give up certain habits that were standing in my way. I didn't think I could control my temper.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're thinking?
That, yes. And that you're going to make mistakes and you're going to give yourself a break, because in time, you'll go back and you'll realize everyone's just trying to figure it out. And we're all doing the best that we can with what we have at that time. It's going to be okay.
How do we remember that in the moment? Because sometimes I have no grace
Faith.
for myself. I love that answer.
Faith. Yeah, just remember, it's going to be okay. That, smile, breathe. That helps a lot.
And you also, I think, have helped people understand certain things. You made a beautiful film. You're a part of Saving Superman, which is meant so much to people that you put that out into the world. Really and truly.
This is Jonathan. He's my age. He lives in a small town in Illinois. His apartment was compromised by the owner of a building, and he had to move out. He had a friend who I worked in a brick and mortar shop, and she had a piece of furniture on the sidewalk for sale. And somebody walked past, picked it up, and kept going. She said, "Hey, you're going to pay for that?" And the guy wouldn't stop. And he gave her attitude. And she said that out of the corner of her eye, she sees red and blue and yellow. And he was there in his and at the sight of him, the guy relented, dropped the furniture, and he left. But he was her hero. And every year, I think it's 4th of July or whichever parade that they have repeatedly, he marches in the parade. Now, he knows everything about Superman because he's on the spectrum. That's not why, but he has a superpower. And his superpower is to do things for the forces of good. And look, this movie is 10 minutes long. If you want to YouTube it, go ahead. It's worth a cup of coffee and sit down and have a think, because it will remind you that there are many families in the country and the world who have someone who puts them in a category that makes them exceptional, but we don't acknowledge that by giving, as a society, giving those families and those individuals all the support and all the services that they need. And I know about this, and I know I'm like Brendan Fraser and all that, but I've had my issues with school boards, with department developmental, all of that. You're going to have your battles. And if you remember who you're standing up for, you will prevail. And if you know that there's a guy like Jonathan out there who is the hero that we need right now in more ways than you would imagine just from seeing this movie. He's there for the force of good as a person and as a symbol to us. And if in some way this is a message that can prove that this is the truth and the justice and the American way that we need right now, is this guy.
Definitely. Please watch Saving Superman. In honor of your beautiful film, Rental Family, and the beautiful love letter it is to Tokyo, could we play Trips for Trips and see if maybe somebody could get to go there? Okay. Rossi!
Hi. Okay, everyone. I want you to meet Jade. Jade is right here. Hi, Jade.
Hello, Jade.
So get this, Jade has an incredible job. Can you tell us what you do?
I'm an ER nurse.
I know.
Another one wearing a red cape.
He just said another one wearing a red cape.
Exactly.
Thank you for doing what you do. Okay, sorry, Ross.
In addition to being a nurse, I hear you also like to travel.
I do.
So here's the deal, Jade. If you get this trivia question right, you're going to go to Japan. You're going to go on it. But wait till you're here. Wait till you're here. It's not just a trip to Japan. Thanks to our friends at Colette, we want to send you to Tokyo for an immersive 14-day trip to explore ancient and modern cultures of Japan. You'll visit UNESCO heritage sites, eat your way through delicious cuisine, and so much more. Do you want to go to Japan?
I wanna go.
Yes. Okay. So here's the question. Brendan won an Oscar for The Whale. You won a lot of awards, though, for that. How many awards was he nominated for, and how many did he win? Here are the options. A is 86 nominations and 10 wins. B is 61 nominations and 25 wins. Or C, 35 nominations and 5 wins. Either way, it's a lot. Congratulations. But here's the deal. One answer is going to get you to Tokyo. What is it?
I'm going to go with A, 86 nominations and 10 wins.
You're looking at me?
Yeah, we're looking at you. The answer is...
Any other ideas?
Yeah, how about this? That's a test answer.
Yeah.
Now we're warmed up. So A's out of the way. It's either B or C.
Okay.
Try A again.
Yeah, hold on. Maybe you'll get it right.
I'm going to go with B.
Oh. It's B! Pack your bags, you're going to Japan, Jane!
Congratulations. Nicely done. 2 weeks. You're not going to get a bad meal.
I'm excited.
Well, you deserve it. You really do.
Yes, because you take care of people. And so it's an honor for us to do anything to take a little bit of care of you.
Thank you.
Truly. And thank you, Rossi.
You're welcome. We did it. She's going to Tokyo. Jump with us. We did it.
So, Saving Superman is on YouTube, and Dreadful Family is in theaters everywhere right now.
Douglas, we finally get to meet her. I'm so excited. Do you know how many people tell us we have friends in common?
I mean, we have so many friends in common, this woman and I, and yet we don't know each other at all. And the fun fact is, she's been one of my favorite actresses my entire life. She has made so many incredible films, and now she is an Oscar award-winning actress with a beautiful, illustrious, admirable career. So without further ado, I'm so excited we all get to hang out with and get to know the great Laura Dern.
Coming on your show.
This is how everybody behaves out in the world about her. It's literally like standing ovations.
No, guys, I'm so excited because this is a long
time in the making
moment.
Decades.
Yeah, and we had our Shine hug side stage
at Adam Sandler's concert,
amazing.
which was the best, by the way.
But I've had several of our dearest friends say to me, how are you guys not best friends? It's not just how do you guys not know each other.
Yes.
Reese Witherspoon is so upset we're not best friends.
Well, listen, we're going to make her so happy
she loves
today.
You so much. This was my text. Drewski and Dernsey together. So she's so happy. And Adam Sandler, the greatest human we could ever know. was like, you are going to love each other. You guys have to be friends. So
Is it true that you said somewhere that maybe he was a very good, if not maybe one of the best on-screen kisses? Is that true?
It's just the truth. And the first person I said it to was Jackie Sandler, who is the greatest person we've ever met in our life.
Adam's wife, Jackie, like, Adam doesn't really, and he doesn't want this anyway, so he's fine with it. It's like Adam and Jackie.
Yeah.
Like, we all love Adam, but Jackie.
Yes.
You know? And he loves it. Like, he feels the same way.
And they love you so much. And they want us to be friends, so here we are, guys.
I mean, I've not known life without being, like, obsessed with you and watching all of your movies. In fact, should we jump in and play behind the scenes? Would that be possible?
Sure. Let's do it.
It's maybe an only way to establish my obsession with you. It's behind the scenes with Laura Dern.
Oh my God. Here we go. I am scared.
So, I would say one of my favorite films of all times is the film Foxes. 1980, Adrian Lyne. You with those Coke bottle glasses.
That's me.
Is there a memory that jumps out or anything? Because this is literally I've seen this movie since it came out in 1980, and I've watched it ever since.
Amazing. I screen test for the movie. I was 11, lied and said I was 14 to play an 18-year-old. But I looked a little young. I didn't get the one character I was playing, and Adrian said he really wanted me still to be part of the movie. So I got my few scenes to be a troublemaker to ruin the party.
Okay, another film I was totally obsessed with, and Diane Lane was recently here. Ladies and gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains. Look at how cool these women, I mean, this is...
All I can say is that's me at 12. I had my 13th birthday on that movie.
You do look older.
And I do look older,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I would buy you as older, for sure.
And our co-stars were the Sex Pistols. That's all you need to know, guys. And my mother let me go there.
Really?
Make that movie for 5 months in Vancouver. Yeah.
Actually, I have a little message for you. Take a look at this over here.
Laura, I hear you're on the show today, and I just wanted to give you lots of love and tell you I'm having these flashbacks of being in the makeup trailer and singing Sexy Eyes. Do you remember that? Come on.
Oh my God. Aww. That's so amazing.
Okay, Blue Velvet, which is in the 40th anniversary. What was David Lynch like?
I was 17. I met David Lynch, and it changed my life and my art life forever. And he was my maestro and my incredible gift of my life, truly. And, you know, one of the most important artists of all time.
Actually, I have another video for you. Take a look over here.
Hi, Laura. Tidbit. Inside joke. So my question is, do you remember the night that we filmed Walking on the Sidewalk and I did the chicken walk? And if so, are you able to recreate the chicken walk right now?
No. No, I'm not. If he were here live, I'd make him do it for us. But I will never forget it.
And he spoke so highly of you about how just crazy he was for you, in love, and just enamored, and was like following you around. And
and first, serious boyfriend too after that movie.
Oh my God. Oh God. Okay, back on track. Jurassic Park. Did you know
that someone's godfather directed this movie?
Would that be me?
I think it's you.
It is. Did you have any inkling that it would ever, all these years later, just continue on like the most successful franchise? But E.T. is like a one and done. He told me early, he said, I'll never make a sequel to this. And we were like,
can't. It's the perfect film. But it is the perfect film ever. But we had no idea. We had no idea what we were making. And it's the first CGI movie. We had no idea part of the time because
they weren't there.
And when they were the most extraordinary, thanks to Stan Winston, animatronics.
Yes,
And
which
we
E.T.
fell in
was.
love with them. You know, I mean, this creature was like my new best friend.
Okay, so really hard pivot in tone, but where you won your long-awaited, well-deserved Oscar, Marriage Story.
Yes, Marriage Story.
It took me a few years to face this movie.
Yeah, I can't always recommend it.
But
if you aren't getting a divorce, but you could one day, then it is a good cautionary tale movie for sure. But if you're in it, yeah. But it was an amazing thing to be part of.
And you won an Academy Award,
I
long
did.
awaited. You've been nominated. I watched you win that, and I felt like that was one of those awards that was a lifetime in the making. And the way that everybody celebrated you was from the way I feel. Like we've been there rooting you on as long as we can remember, and here you are winning your deserved Oscar. So that just felt right, and it was so good because I remember. And this is an Oscar first, that you and your mother were both nominated for Rambling Rose, which I loved so much. Was that Martha Coolidge?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And to work alongside my mom a number of times, which was such a blessing.
And your mom, like, is living on in the sense of that you have a campaign now. It's called Beyond the Scars. Will you tell us about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you for letting me share about it, because I didn't promise my mother that I would be here with you to talk about it. She demanded that I be here with you. You go to New York and you sit with Drew and you tell her, because people need to be educated.
Diane Land knows who I am.
She was so excited. She was so excited that I would come here and share her story, because we lost time because my mother was misdiagnosed for a couple of years. So the background is my mom had symptoms as simple as breathing issues, shortness of breath, coughing. She had a couple bouts of pneumonia. She was told she had allergies, asthma, acid reflux, and it continued like that. And in fact, we went to a couple of doctors. My mom would say, I have an instinct something's going on with my lungs. And they'd say, well, are you a smoker? She said, no, I wasn't a smoker. Well, then it's not lung disease. And so it continued like that until in 2018, my mom was, after proper scanning, imaging, with a chest x-ray, they showed us this spider web-like pattern on her lungs and said, that's scarring, and it's an irreversible disease called IPF, or idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which is one of the forms of interstitial lung disease. And it was a pretty devastating diagnosis. And the doctors there said, in front of my mother, to me, your mother has 3 to 6 months to live. Just be gentle with her. There's nothing you can do. And my mother, first of all, said, excuse me, I'm the patient. You can say it to me and explain in detail what I have. And that began me witnessing my powerful, incredible artist mother having that same purpose, determination, and self-advocacy, that she asked the right questions, and she taught me how to be a caregiver by wanting to know what she could do. And step one, thank God, finding a great pulmonologist who really educated us, and start oxygen therapy and pulmonary rehab. And there's so much you can do, but also we began, which was great for her, a series of walks to support her lung health by breathing and walking. And over time, because we didn't know how long she had, we wanted to share the stories we never had and talk about things we'd never talked about. And I started recording them to have for my children all her memories. And my mom found out with the company that we've gotten to partner with, Boehringer Ingelheim, she wanted to work with them and asked me to join her because this idea of having this Beyond the Scars campaign where there's a website you can go to learn all the things we didn't know might give people an opportunity to be earlier diagnosed, get the help they deserve, and to be reminded you can live beyond the scars, not just the physical scars, but the emotional ones, by committing to your purpose. As my mom would say, she was like, yes, they told me I had 3 months to live, and instead of dying, I made 2 movies, a TV show, wrote a book with my daughter, did an autobiography, and finished the screenplay. And that was 7.5 years longer than expected. And she was at her grandchildren's high school graduations. And, you know, we did a book tour together and have had amazing life experiences with each other. And then at the final point, she said, please, you have to go and make sure people are educated and they get to have the resources with the Beyond the Scars campaign that we didn't have.
I think it's so educational and so important what you're doing.
I mean, what's incredible about my mom is she wanted to go there. You know, she wanted to fight for her own life and she wanted to have the hard conversations. Once she had that diagnosis, it was very clear to her. I remember our book, it's called Honey Baby Mine. What's incredible, because we archive them, is we also have the audiobook. So you can hear Mom sharing her story, struggling, not wanting to walk, me having to push her. You know, the first time we walked like 2 minutes. And eventually, you know, we got to like 15-minute walks. And on the first day I said, you know what, Mom, maybe we'll pick a topic every time. We can distract ourselves when it's hard for you to walk.
That's a good mom.
And I said, what do we start with? She goes, let's talk about death. I was like, oh my God. You know, but she wanted to go there. She wanted to talk about what was scaring us both and not pretend it wasn't happening. And she encouraged me so much to talk about a few very painful things in her own life that we'd never discussed. And I remember saying, you know, Mom, they said to be delicate. I know now that you were misdiagnosed and we have good doctors and you may live a long time, but still, like, let's take it easy. She goes, honey, we don't have time to take it easy. She was like, we are here to talk about the truth. She goes, you know why they say, get it off your chest? I need to literally get this off my chest. She's like, so I can breathe easier. And she went right into the most painful memories of her life. And then, of course, unfortunately for her, it gave me room to be like, oh, okay, well, if we're doing that, you know what really infuriated me?
Yes, totally. But that's so good, because for those who you do choose to engage with,
they'll meet you.
And the tone in which you carry your mom's campaign is pitch perfect. And it is so uplifting and so empowering and so encouraging. So I want to thank you for that, because this feels to me like something you want to run towards, and that's the way you presented it.
Thank you.
As a last conversation, is this thing on? Your new film with Will Arnett that everybody is loving and raving about, to me, is one of the best films in the history of cinema I have seen about a relationship.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I sat on this couch with Will Arnett.
I know, we had the best time with you.
I had an
so
Oprah aha
generous.
moment. I realized through the work that you did with the master, the best director, Bradley Cooper.
Oh my God, the direction is extraordinary.
A Star is Born, Maestro, this. It's the most intimate portrayal with the greatest level of hope, with the most realistic approach, with the helping the bridge of misunderstanding between two people. How did you make a movie that's so perfect for, I feel like it should be the 101 we go to about relationships.
Well, the script is incredible, thanks to Bradley, Will, and Mark Chappell. I mean, and the determination of Bradley's to make it as deeply honest as possible.
As a woman, I needed to see that movie because it taught me more about relationships than any movies I can recall in many decades. And it is, the responsibility is on you, and then you work with your partner moving forward. And it just, I think it's the great teacher. Thank you for making the world a better place, putting all the beauty and mastery and majesty out there. Thank you. Thank you for this profound first date in front of everybody.
Can I ask something, and will you guys help support me? Because the last time you and Reese had dinner, I was in New York, and I was like, am I allowed, like, is there any way I could, like, join your dinner? So here's my asking someone for a date. Would you have dinner with me sometime? Please. I beg you. And Reese can come, or Adam, and Jackie.
Anyone. Any one of our...
Okay.
I've waited for this. So
Because we have a lot more to talk about.
So much more.
I know. Oh, my God.
I'm so
I
dying
can't
to
wait.
get you to know you. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
But thank you for allowing us to celebrate everything about you, because that's what we do.
Thank you, guys.
Because you're you, and that's why we can do that. We'll be right back. Thank you. Oh, my goodness.